Hey traders, this is Scott. Just want to give you a lesson on the HSI. So I'm going to stick my face down in the corner here so you can't see it, and we'll get into the lesson. Here we go. All right, so does the HSI really give you great targets? Remember, we are target traders. We're not here to scalp 5, 8, 10 pips. That's a recipe for disaster. So we need tools that will help us find the targets so that we can stay into the targets and also know what to do when we hit the targets, which is move your stop, maybe take a position off, maybe a break of that, you want to add a position. Lots of different things it can do, but you have to know where it is, all right? So first, what is the HSI? It's a built-in tool to find the Elliott wave targets automatically. And remember that Elliott wave unfolds in 5 waves, and when the market trends, it will most likely do an Elliott wave pattern, all right? So the Elliott waves unfold based on the Fibonacci sequence, and you simply find a top or bottom, click and tell it up or down, and it will automatically find those targets, all right? So what is the Fibonacci sequence? So I've got it over here on the right here. You can see 21, 34, 55, 89, 144, 233, 377, 610, and 987. Now, the 987 is important. Now, daily we use that little range that I've got blocked off there, but a whole trend could typically unfold between 600 and 1,000 pips, and rarely do they go over 1,000 pips, all right? So that brings the central bankers in if they go that far because that's hyperinflation, all right? So on a daily basis, we're looking at 21, 34. That's why we have T30s. 55, that's why we have a minimum 55 pips or we don't make a trade. 89 is what the average currency will do that's low ATR, and 144 is the normal for the higher currencies. When we get into some pretty high ATR times, you'll see that the big exotics will do that 233 pips a day. All right. So does the market move in waves? So I just got a chart up here. You can see there's wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5 to the pip right down there. All right, now this is the HSI tool right here, what you see in white here. And what is it? All right, so the first space up here is 55 pips. Otherwise, the bankers can't make the turn. They got to have 55 pips. And then we get a little move to 89. Okay, so from the top to the second, R2 is 89 pips in the top. The R3, the S3 in this case, they typically run it in 1 or 2 candles, and it's 144 pips from the top, but it's only 55 pips from the S2. So it's 55, 89, 144, 233, 377 internally, but from the top, it's 55, 89, 144, 233, 377, 610, and finally 987, which is a 1,000 pip move, basically. All right, so you can see that. All right, so when you get to the S4, that is 233 pips from the top, all right, but it's 89 pips from the inside. So as you can see, these spaces keep getting bigger and bigger, and the bigger the space, the more opportunity because it's uncontested. All right, you can see how they run these little ones pretty quick, as you can see here. All right, then they get the pullback and get all the structure set up, and then finally, space right there, space right there. See, now it takes a while. There's a long time here. Why? Because it's a big space. It takes time. So what do they got to do? They got to keep pulling back to get more sellers in, pulling back to get more sellers in, pulling back to get more sellers in. Now, they open and close candles below the S4, and then they pull back. What's the purpose? Well, the break of the barrier was to tell everybody we're going down here to the S7. All right. The pullback was the effort to get enough sellers in to go ahead and break. And look, they don't even slow down in this big old move here, all right? So let's go in the charts and let's see how reliable it is. You know, it's invaluable when looking for a real estate of the week swing trade, which we look for every Monday night in the weekly outlook class, all right? So I'm going to go in the charts now, just pop them up here. Okay, so I've got the charts up here right now, and to make this easy, these are charts with lots of stuff. I'm just going to go down right in here to this chart right here, which doesn't have anything on it. It is Heikin-Ashi, so it takes the noise out, but you'll still be able to see how it works, okay? So here is a top. Let's go over here. Here's a top. Once we determine the top right there and the break of support, we simply go up, find the HSI, find the top there, and click on it and go sell. All right, and now it's going to find the targets to the downside here, as you can see, before it ever happens. All right, and remember, that's a Fibonacci sequence. All right, so they know that line. They knew this line to the pip. Then when they broke here, they knew that line to the pip. And then when they got down here, they knew this one to the pip on that wick. All right, and then we go, and are we going to get to the bottom here? And we are, to the pip, right down there. See that? All right. Let's do the up move over here. Okay, so we go down here and we find the bottom. Okay, you see there's the bottom right here. We'll just grab this one here. Find the HSI, that's the lowest part. Tell it you're a buyer, and what does it do? It finds the targets to the upside. So there they all are. All right, so you can see they run right to the S1, right to the S2. All right, then they open and close here, telling you we're going to go to the R3, but we pull back, and where we go? Right to the R3, right there. All right, now. Then we get a little sideways move and right to the R4 right there. And then we get another sideways move and then we get a pullback. Okay, now when this happens, the R4 is no longer in play. This whole area right here, this whole area is now the target. And the new target is the R5 because the R4 has already been taken out. Oh, look at this. They even pulled back further. All right. So up they go and boom, right to the target right there. Will they get to the R5? And that's even further. Now look, see how big that area is? Well, once they got it going, they just didn't bother to stop at all. And I'm sorry, they missed this thing by about 6 pips is all right there. All right. All right, that was on the Aussie dollar. Okay, just you know, not a rock and roller, but as you can see, it shows you you can trade it and you know where it's going. Let's tackle something like the pound dollar. All right. And let's take a look at that. I'll pull the same chart up here instead of those, okay? All right, so let's go see if we can find a top here. Okay, looks like this is the top over here. I'm going to grab the top here, and with the HSI, there's the top right here. And I'm going to go right down, find the targets to the downside. So it finds them right there. We can see them right there. And what do? Right down to the S1, R1, and S1, S2 in one candle. All right, then he went to the S3. All right, S4 is next, and right down to it. Gee, golly, it's amazing. All right, then they got a pullback here. All right, is that it? Okay, ooh, we're turning again. Remember, this target is no longer here. It's still a barrier, but it's not a target. The next target is the S5 if it's going to go, and that's where we are live right here this morning. All right, now let's go over here. Let's find. I'm going to find a nice bottom one. Yeah, no, that's a fundy, so I don't want to do that. Here we go. Got a big move here. All right, so here's after a fundy. We finally pull back. Find the bottom right here. Take it up. We're going up, and it's going to find the targets. All right, there we go. You can see the R2 is done. R3, they knew where it was. R4, they knew exactly where it was. R3, they knew where it was. All right, here's the R4 after a pullback to the pip to it right there. See that? All right, then we get another move. Are we going to get there? We're going to get it? No, we're not able to get there. Most likely that's a fib right there that stopped it. All right, so they pull back again, but this target is still valid on the next up move whenever that happens. All right. So you're getting a deep pullback here. You could actually, when you see that, pop up HSI from the top here, and you can find out where it's going to turn. All right, so here we go to the downside. I'm going to change the color of this so you can see the difference. All right, I'm just going to go over here and change the color to yellow. All right, so we know that's the down move. There we go. So down to here, down to here, down to here, to the pip, to this one right here. Is that it? That was it. Okay, so they stopped dead on that one, made the turn up, so we'll get rid of this one. And where did they go? Right up to the target right there. See that? All right. So that's how it works, folks. It's just amazing. Let me do an exotic for you so you can see something like the pound New Zealand that really rock and rolls. All right. So let me remove these tools. Go over to the pound New Zealand. No, pound New Zealand is actually not rocking and rolling. Let's see if we can find one it is. That's just doing a big reset. Yeah, the pound Aussie. We'll do the pound Aussie. Oh, so let me get back to this chart, and we'll pull this one up here. All right. So here's a bottom in place right here. Until we'll find the bottom. See how hard this is? Click. That's all I got to do. Click. All right, there we go. Now, you can do this if you want to go do the work. It'll take you about an hour, hour and a half a day to do them on your charts, and then the next day you got to pull them off and do it again. Not much fun. All right, here we go. Up to the R1, up to the R2, up to the pip to the R3, up to the R4, sideways movement. They hit that 3 times. You think they know where that R4 is? They know it because it's a mathematical sequence. All right, pull back again, and up we go again, and that's where we are live right there. All right, let's go back here. A lot of sideways. Here's a monster. Okay, let's take a look at this one. All right, so you can see the lower one is right here. This is the lowest one right here. So we'll click on it. We're a buyer. All right, there we go, up. All right, so notice they know where it is. 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 Okay, here they go. They know where it is. Okay, breaking above here. There's the next target. See how big it is? And look what they do. They make a big effort to get there and to the pip right there. See that? There they are. Are they going to go higher? Wow, they're going to go take a shot at the next one. Let's see if they get up there. All right, and that was it. All right, so there we go. All right, well, hope that helps you. You can see it's an extremely valuable tool. If you know that where it is, you won't trade right into it. And if you're down here at the bottom where you're just starting, you know to hold on. Yeah, you may get stopped out on a pullback, but you know you're still trying to get to that target. So you hold and you hold and you hold. And of course, that's what the beauty of the confirmer chart is here, is to tell you hold, 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 hold. All right, that's a different tutorial. So just take a look at that one. It's called the confirmer. All right, I hope that helps you, everybody. Talk to you soon.